right now. Hi everybody, how are you? Good evening and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Claire Manning of Claire Manning Creative, and I have got some super exciting stuff to show you today. We've got a new launch of some products, we've got some demonstrations, some fun little surprises as well, and hopefully loads of nice chat. So do pop in if you haven't already and go in the live chat, say hi to each other. I can't even keep up with how many of you are on there today already. We've got Tracy, Kerry, Joe, Steph, Jem, Roxy, Karen, Jill. Let me go further up, see if I've missed anyone. Melanie, Margaret, Kathy, so Natasha, so lovely to see you all. Donna, Jane, Hazel, Amy, Wendy, good grief. And Horse, star of the show, official mascot of CMC, obviously. Apologies for me kind of dipping down like this, but I've just had a little problem with this camera that's above and I'm scared to move it out of my way because I'm scared I might not get it back. So I'm just going to kind of lean in to the camera here, and that's why there's a bit of a wire. But you know, we're not going to let tech spoil our evening, are we? So I hope you're excited for the launch. I certainly am. We've had so much feedback already about how much you're loving all the designs. I can't wait to show you everything. But just a couple of things, a bit of housekeeping before we carry on with that. Everybody's saying hi to Horse. You're not really bothered about what I say. And Dean's here today as well. Yeah.
Hi everybody.
He hasn't done a launch with me for a little while because he's been too busy working himself on Monday evenings. But he's here to help me, tell me when things sell out, and he'll keep an eye out as well for any questions while I'm holding things up to the camera and stuff like that. So, as always, anything that you are after, there's a link in the description straight to my website, or it's clairemanningcreative.co.uk. Really easy, and you can either, if there's other things that you're after as well, just general craft supplies, go shop craft, and you can filter by any kind of inks and bits and pieces that we've got as well. If you just want to see what's new today, hit the what's new at the top, and you've probably already been looking because I've already seen that a few orders have just come through and we've literally just put the stock on. I know, Horse, I know.
When?
It's exciting, isn't it? I know, I've been saying hello to you.
Hi everybody.
I get jealous.
Again. 10% of the bundle's gone already.
Oh, 10% of the bundle, the main stamp and stencil bundle has gone already. Oops. You were all telling me this one was going to be super popular. I hope I've got enough. Right, so what else, just before I show you what's in the bundle and what's new? You can points on every order on our website as well. Every pound you spend, you get 5 points, and as soon as you've got over 100 points, you can start having a pound or however many points you've earned off your orders. There's no minimum spend when you spend your points, so really it's like getting another 5p per pound or 5% off again. You're just saving it up, and it's up to you when you spend them, as long as you spend them within a year. So that's super good as well. If you do buy the whole bundle today, there's 1 A5 stamp, 4 A6 stamps and an A5 stencil, and you save a huge 15% then if you buy the whole bundle. And I've got another little bundle for you of joy, bundles of joy, which I'll show you in a little minute, but I'm sure you're already looking. I'm just going to do my order and be right back. That's Jo. She missed out on some of the sequins and bubbles that I'll be showing you last week, and she was very upset about it. So I think she's left them in a basket all week, and then as soon as I've put the stock on. Right, let's show you what we've got, and then I've got an absolute ginormous pile of samples to show you as well from the fabulous design team. They've obviously had fun with this lot. They're telling me it's one of their favourites as well so far. Can you believe this is our 6th launch? It's gone so quick. And on that note, I've got something extra special for you later in the month to celebrate our 6 months. But here we go. So we've got the first stamp set, A5 the Magnolia Wreath. So this is a wreath stamp with a bit of a difference because it's in two parts for you. And the reason I wanted to do that, as you'll see in my demonstration in a little while, is that you can stamp the flower on its own if you want to. And it's quite like a modern, it is a magnolia, but it's like a stylised magnolia. Great for colouring, but you can use that on its own then without having to chop bits off. And then you can stamp the wireframe part of the wreath in a different coloured ink if you want, or heat emboss it if you want, and it just gives you that flexibility, and I'll show you how to build that together into just two pieces into a wreath. And one of my favourite things about this set is the sentiments. So you've got a really cool, I'll take that out so it's not blurring it, in my little stamp pocket, and we've got keep going, hang in there, hugs, strong, and you in that really cool. Dean keeps saying it's like a 70s font. You really like that font, don't you?
Do, yeah.
And they're really nice and big, those sentiments, really bold, and they fit perfectly inside the wreath, of course. So that's Magnolia Wreath. Let me show you some samples of that one, because I always do this. I hold up all the stamps and then I do the samples, and I feel like it might be less boring for you if I do a few at a time. So I'm going to tell you who they're by as we go through. So we've got one from Gemma Reed here. She's mixed it in with a previous stencil, the Downpour stencil. And then she's done another one here with the Super Stripes stencil. See how it colours up absolutely beautifully. You can do all sorts of different styles for this. You've got one from Natasha using the whole wreath, and this is how I'm going to demonstrate how it fits together really, really easily. But you can actually fit it together in more than one way. So it's quite flexible, shall we say. And we've got one from Leanne. I apologise for the light. We've got as many lights as we can possibly have here. I just can't wait for the light evenings. So it looks lovely white on craft. Another one from Leanne with a lovely inky background. And just the flowers in black and white. It's got enough detail to just leave it as it is, which I think is really nice. A really nice natural colours from Gemma Hines. They are absolutely gorgeous samples, aren't they, Tracy? Literally every one is absolutely amazing, and I always show every one. It's not like I pick and choose of, you know, which ones I find the best or anything, but that's why I have to say to the team, don't do too many, because I'll be here. Like they always do, extra. But I'll be here till next Monday, otherwise, if they're all doing 20 each, wouldn't I? Another one from Gemma Hines, mixing in with the triangles, which was one of our themes on our Facebook group. So if you want more inspiration, we've got an inspiration page on the website. We've got a Facebook group called CM Creatives, and you'll see cards like this beautiful one from Kerry. She's layered up, and you might see that background in a few minutes as one of the other stamps in the set. Another one from Kerry, she's used one of our masks to create a kind of rainbow behind, which is really unusual but really effective. Some lovely pastel colours from Kerry on vellum. Did Roxy say something? Oh no, somebody say no, no. Something alright, Lynn?
Oh, Roxy, the little one is kicking off in the car. I think someone's tired.
I thought she was saying she missed out on something already. I was going to say it's a bit quick.
No, I
hope you're all right, Roxy, and the little one too. Another fabulous one by Kerry. We all seem to be into this kind of orangey, sunsetty colours at the moment. And again, using that background that's coming up, the Moroccan background. More pastels and a kind of inky background from Kerry. Fabulous one from Steph, using it as a full wreath together, like I'm going to show you. And another one from Steph using another one of the backgrounds, the Ditsy Dots that's coming, which gives it another really interesting edge where you don't even have to colour. Colouring isn't really your thing, but you get quite a modern look still. So that's for the Magnolia Wreath set, which is the A5 stamp. Moving on to the A6 stamps, there's 4 in the set, in the bundle. We have got, what should we do next? Let's do Creeping Magnolia next, if you don't mind passing me those, Dee. And would you mind grabbing me a Coke?
Yeah.
You know I have to have my Diet Coke, right, when I do my lives. Because
Okay.
I talk too much. No, I wasn't saying that to you.
Oh.
I'm saying to the...
You don't talk too much, do you?
I do, obviously. So the Creeping Magnolia. So again, it's a kind of stylised magnolia. And it's got 2... Let me turn it that way because it's got kind of 2 main parts to it that you can have coming in from the left and right on your card, or from the top and the bottom. You can build them up. You can colour them in, and it's really, really flexible. Again, you could even build them in with the flower from the wreath, or other flowers you've got. It looks amazing heat embossed. If you saw Leanne's card that she posted on socials, I don't have that one here, but just a real classic. She did gold embossing, thank you, and just coloured it in with these beautiful lilac-y colours. I'll show you some more samples now. Thanks, Dean. Cheers, guys. Have you all got Diet Coke, tea, wine? I don't know. You're not allowed Diet Coke. I apologise if I'm talking fast tonight, but I've got so much to show you. It's nuts. And then in that same font, but slightly smaller sentiments in this one, I've got Just Because, and what's the other one? Good Things Take Time. They're all really kind of positive, uplifting sentiments, encouraging sentiments. I'm sure we all know people that have had a bit of a rough time, either through COVID or just in general. So isn't it nice to send those Just Because cards to let them know that you're thinking of them? So here's the girls' cards on these. Fabulous one from Gemma. I love it with the pink. I mean, that's the classic kind of... Magnolia is one of those things, isn't it? It only comes out for a short period of time. Is it March time it comes out? That one's fabulous, used with the alphas, alphabet stamps. Another one from Gemma. Gemma's written on this one, Gemma Reed, that this is possibly her favourite. I have to agree, Gemma. Absolutely beautiful background. And see what I mean about how you can spend a bit of time and build it up and have them all looking as if they're growing into your card. Really, really pretty. A couple from Natasha now using this one. She's stamped through the oval mask and stencil that we had. Really, really pretty again. They don't have to be coloured in these pinks, but I think it's always so traditional, isn't it, that pink colour? They just look stunning. One from Leanne here where she's used it in vellum as an accent to the other magnolia flower, and it looks really nice there with an inky background using a square mask. Another one from Leanne coming from the top and bottom. Really simple, but super effective with those colours. And I hope you can see this one because the ink print, the stamping is quite pale, but it's so pretty. Just made a full background, Leanne has, with that. This is chewing his ball. You can't really show anyone your ball, darling, because it's not really going to work.
A quarter of the bundle stock has already gone.
Okay, a quarter of the bundle, if you didn't hear that, has already gone, so that's 25%. Okay.
Next one.
I hope it's going to last. Let's have a look at one of the other stamps. Let's do Wild Meadow, which is those ones.
Yeah.
So this stamp set, I wanted to give you something that allows you to build on your either complete scenes or on with your florals. So you can put all these beautiful, like sketchy leaves and wildflower meadow kind of patterns, and they look amazing heat embossed, with inks layered on top of each other, tucked behind your flowers. And I just think they're going to be one of those stamp sets where you have it on the side of your mat, and you can almost incorporate it into kind of any projects really. But they're just so pretty without being too twee, if that makes sense. So I've got to show you this first card from Gemma Reed because Dean said it's his favourite. And Gemma says on the back, a little note for this one. It's like reading a story every time I open the things, isn't it? Don't know if this is okay or rubbish. Feel free to not include it. Well, Gemma, I think it's one of the best ones that you've done. And she has built up this absolutely stunning wild meadow with the wild meadow stamps. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? Really unusual. It looks like she spent hours painting that, doesn't it? So I'm guessing, is she around? I think I saw her earlier. I'm guessing she's just stamped with ink and spritzed with water. So really simple technique. I'll have to have a go at that and maybe record it for you guys. Absolutely stunning. Anybody else joining in that I haven't seen so far? Hi. Nobody said hello to Joan. There's the other ones here as well. Maxine. Nola. It's going really quick tonight, this chat. I'm struggling to keep up. And hi, anyone else. Right then. More of the wild meadow. Another stunning one from Gemma Reed. We did a lot of that blue and white on my demonstration earlier in the week, didn't we? Or last week. This one is from Steph, and she's used it as like an accent and heat embossed them to pop in from the top. You all love this one when Steph shared it as well, where she's used the heart mask and then used some of the meadow stamps, wild meadow stamps, around the heart and added in the Magnolia Wreath flowers. And this, which I think is really clever from Steph, really well done, is, that sounded really patronising, didn't it? I didn't mean like really well done. I meant as in the card is very well done. She's used the wireframe from the wreath and then layered over all the beautiful wild meadow stamps. Hi Doreen, how are you? Oh, Doreen's joining in now after she's just checked out her basket by the looks of it. Apologies if you can hear pinging and pinging as we're going along. Right. Dean, have I given you my one of those underneath that pile of... Yeah, is that my one? Sorry, my open one of the Creeping Magnolias, the one at the bottom. An open one. I don't know what I've done with it. Yes, oh, yeah. That's it. Thank you very much. Swapsies. Okay, let's have a look at Ditsy Dots, if you don't mind.
Ditsy Dots.
Need another sip. Sorry, I did warn you there's a lot to go through. So if we don't get through as many demos as I'd like in the hour this evening, then I'll just record some more. And I've got a live this week on that new group, the small craft business group. I think UK small craft businesses, something like that, on Wednesday as well. But I can always record some more. So Ditsy Dots is exactly what it says. It's a cute A6 background stamp that you can build up if you want to make it bigger by stamping it 2-3 times, whatever. And they're tiny little imperfect dots that look absolutely amazing, just in black and white, in your coloured inks, in your heat embossing. They're really, really cute. So let's have a look. As is, as a background from Leanne. See what I mean? How it's going to be one of those ones, I think, where you think, how did I survive without this set? What is that noise? Is that him squeezing that ball? Natasha's used it here in a backdrop for the flowers. That's one I did. We heat embossing in gold using the full, stamped it twice there to make it a bigger background. One from Steph there where she's used a combo of pastels, masks, stamps, backgrounds. It's an absolute delight and looks really, really like a piece of art. Another one from Steph using the diamond mask and the sentiments from the Magnolia Wreath. And it wouldn't be Steph without a special box, would it? You know, she loves her box making. And I'm sorry, it's got a little bit squashed in the post, but she's made this beautiful happy mail. I think she's masked off using the rectangle there, and then so you get some dots just around, and then the lovely florals. It's just going to be a really useful one, a backdrop for any focal point stamp that you've got at all. Nearly there, guys, nearly there. And the last stamp in the bundle is this stunning Moroccan background. So I said on Facebook Live the other day, it really reminds me of those kind of Moroccan Berber rugs. And I still haven't, I must apologise, I still haven't had a chance to try it with foiling. I promise I will, because we're never going to have time for it tonight. But you can see it now with loads of ink and colouring. Major rainbow from Natasha there, absolutely fabulous rainbow. Background for the wreath from Gemma Hines, just works perfectly there with the wreath. Use parts of it like Gemma's shown you on her live as well, just using it with your hands and taking elements of that background. Use a whole big stripe of it. Use it as a frame, all from Gemma Hines there. And then more backgrounds from Kerry mixing in with the Magnolia Wreath, and this one simply just with a hanging there sentiment. It's so pretty, it's so unusual, and it's like, it's modern without being too out there. That's those. And the last part of the bundle is the Parquet Stencil, which is one of my favourite stencils. I wanted one that looked like old school floor, you know, when you skid across the floor at school in PE. So yeah, you can use it to look like bricks. It can be parquet wood flooring. You can use your pastes with it, your inks, your embossing. You can dry emboss with it, which means running it, if you haven't done that before, running it through your die cutting machine. I hope you'll be able to see this. In fact, let me get that one as well. Might be able to see a bit better. Natasha and Gemma Reed have both used it in this way, where they've used their sponge mat in their die cutting machine and then run it through with a piece of craft card here and white card here, and it almost turns into like an embossing folder there, which is absolutely amazing. And I just think stencils are so great value for money because you can do so many different things with them. Again, the light isn't amazing here this evening for me to show you that, but I'm sure we can see it on future videos. So other ways to use it with your ink, this is amazing. Stephanie has used it to make a basket out of using a mask, using some of the flowers, using the wreath wire as a handle. It's just genius. I would never have thought of that. Can't believe they think of this stuff. Come here. Fabulous blues for maybe a mail card from Gemma Reed. Beautiful pinks with the Creeping Magnolia from Natasha. Another maybe mail card using the Happy Birthday die, which is coming back when I go to the craft store on TV later in the month. And then I've used it with some of our pastes and some of the wild meadow leaves there. And while we're talking about pastes, that's the next thing on my agenda before I will finally get to a demonstration then. Wow, what beautiful finished samples though, and so much inspiration for you guys. The pictures are all on the Clay Manning Creative website at the moment next to each individual item. And then tomorrow morning I'll put them all in the gallery section, in the inspiration section, so you can refer to them if you want to make some of those gorgeous cards yourselves. I'm going to stalk the postman now. Can't wait for the delivery. Oh, fantastic, guys. I hope you're managing to get hold of everything that you wanted. I think you're going to enjoy using them. So, the other new things for you. We have got a new bundle of, I don't know what, mediums, I would guess. So before we did a glow pastes, and they've been super popular, and we did a fine and a chunky glitter glow paste. I'm going to change to the overhead camera for this so I can show you what they look like as best as possible in this light. So give me 2 seconds. Try and just position this a little better for you.
Nearly half of the bundle stock has
Nearly half of the
gone.
bundle stock has gone, guys. I don't know whether you're mooching on other stuff as you go. Sorry, this camera has been awful today. I think my stand here is about to collapse. That's upside down, isn't it? One moment. No wonder it wasn't going the way the way I was trying to put it. Okay. So these are the ones that we did before. And if you haven't seen how they work, do have a look at some previous videos because it's going to be difficult for you to see. They're basically a clear glossy paste with my own special formula that we do here. You know, they're not made in a factory or anything like that. Me and sometimes Natasha, we mix up these pastes ourselves to our own special tried and tested formula with fine iridescent glitter in this one and chunky iridescent glitter in this one. And now, today, we have a pearl version. So this is jam-packed full of white pearl mica. So it gives you a completely different look. Because these have all got a clear or white base, then you can add colour to them with your own inks if you want. I like using them just as they are. So the clear ones here that you've got, they will pick up. Where's that card I was? That Parquet one. So if you've got some ink blending underneath, can you see that's got the fine powder, paste, sorry. And it will pick up and it will be translucent. You can see your ink blending underneath. The pearl one is slightly more opaque because, just naturally because of the mica going in there. But this is the shine you get from that new mica one. Look at that shine. And I'll show you how easy it is to use. So you can buy that on its own, or you can buy it in a bundle with 3 more new items. So you get 50 mils in the pastes, and then these smaller pots of 30 mils. You've got 2 different glitters. Oh. Got a medium iridescent glitter. So these are just loose glitters that you can add on yourself on top of glue. Add them into paint. Do whatever you like with these. Your mixed media products, your cards. A fine one there. And then you've got some of the mica you might have seen when I was doing a video recently and I used it like a paint. So you've got some loose mica there that you can, again, you can mix with some of your own paints or just water and paint with it, and it is just amazing. So I will be doing more demonstrations to show you how to use all of these things, but for today I think I'm going to be using the pearl one, but I wanted to tell you about the bundle because it's a good deal. You get, so the 6 together, you get a bit of a discount there, and then you get a free, works out, you get a free spreader, and it's a limited edition spreader. Dean?
Just quickly, yeah, Joe's asking, can I add to my order, even though I've already checked out Joe Patterns after some of the new pastes? Okay.
Yeah, just if you don't mind, just doing a separate order, Joe, and if there's any additional postage cost, I'll refund it tomorrow when I chip it. I'll combine it all together. But actually, that's a good thing that she's reminded me of there, because I was doing, you always get free delivery over £30 when you order, but I was doing for January £1 delivery for any orders under 30, and it's the 31st of Jan today, so actually that's the last day today. So not a problem. If anybody wants to add onto any orders, check out. Should only charge you an extra £1 anyway, and then I'll just refund it when I combine the orders tomorrow.
Yeah,
Does that help?
Doreen's just asked the same as well.
Yeah,
so,
no problem.
Yeah.
I hope that helps, guys, and I hope I've made that. Did that make sense?
Yeah.
I can't do anything while I'm live to stop it charging you the extra, but I'll gladly give it you back. This is then, if you have the bundle, this is the limited edition spreader spatula. You can use it to pick up your glitters and your mica and stuff as well. So that's a really nice kind of starter kit, or top you up if you're running low. And they're all that beautiful iridescent-y colour that I love. Bit of kind of holographic-y. Is that everything new? Oh, one last thing new. No. I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm bombarding you today. So, embellishments. So, Inky Gems, our beautiful Gemma Hines from our design team has come up with some more of a beautiful 3D embellishments. And this month, it's Easter themed, so you can get them in ready for your Easter projects. And they are called Easter Mix. So you've got large and small. Large, you get 3. And the small packet, you get 12. And you've got the most amazing butterflies. They're so detailed. We've even got little antenna on them. Bunnies and eggs, and just smaller versions of them in this set. And if you're not sure how to use these kind of things, have a look at my other older videos, or Gemma in the CM Creatives group on Facebook did a fabulous live on Friday, and I've got to put some pictures up on the website for those, doing the most amazing kind of bunny cards, Easter cards and things like that. So those are on there. They are brand new. So last week we had, let me get my box of tricks here. This is my personal box of sequins and embellishments and things. So last week we launched our amazing iridescent bubbles, which are kind of the water droplets with that kind of rainbow, aurora borealis, iridescent look to them. And they sold out like before I even managed to get on live. So those are restocked. Those are on there. We've also got a second colour of them now, which are the frosted ones. So you can see it's still kind of translucent, so you're still going to see if you've got colours underneath there, but just a really kind of different look, almost matte. They have got a bit of shine, but certainly not the iridescence. But they're really kind of modern looking and a little bit different. Spilling these everywhere. So that's the bubbles, bubble water droplets. They are on the Claire Manning Creative website, and a brand new colour of our no hole sequins for you. So you can see actually which ones I've got here. So that there's already the big sets if you haven't seen those before, and then this is a lilac mix. And they're actually a little bit bigger, some of these, and some of them have got the kind of traditional cup, but they're so shiny. And still no holes, so no squidging out of your glue or anything like that. They are just fabulous. More colours to come, more colours to come. Just keep building it up. It's nice as well where, you know, you can buy as a whole bundle, but because I do them individually and bring the colours one at a time for you, hopefully it's not too crazy on your budget then and you're not spending, you know, hundreds of pounds just on sequins. But they are lovely to collect and lovely to use, obviously. Lots of people have mentioned, Maxine as well had hers delivered today. She said they're even more beautiful in real life, and I happen to agree with her. I can say that because I didn't personally make them myself, so it doesn't sound big-headed. And one last thing, in black or white, is a pickup tool, because I've been moaning that I haven't had one for ages. So they've got lovely little gems in, so you've got white or a black one. So if you do need something like that to pick up your sequins, those are new in today as well. In fact, I'll keep that one out. I haven't given myself one yet. Lovely. Should we do some crafting? I think that's everything. Have I missed anything off the list there, Dean?
No, I don't think so.
Fabulous. Right, let's get a wreath done, shall we? So what I've done slightly ahead of time is stamp and heat emboss the kind of wireframe bit. So the reason I've done that slightly ahead of time, just to save, because I was worried about how long we were going to take, but to show you how easy it is to line up your flowers then onto this piece of paper. So it looks like a full stamped image on its own, and you haven't had to you know, layer things up and things like that, but it means that you can stamp in 2 different coloured inks, or in this case I've got this in gold, heat emboss. I hope it picks up the light. God, the light's terrible today. No, can't get any shine on there. And then I'm going to do this in a really pale colour and see if we can get a kind of no line effect. That's something else I think I've cracked as well, is finding a new ink for you, because I used to use this one, a Ranger one, Jenny Bowling, and then they discontinued it for no line colouring. You know what I've forgotten doing? What do I always forget every week?
Stamping tool.
No, a little glass of water, please, for the paintbrush.
Oh, yeah.
Every week I forget that, don't I? I don't care what it's in, anything. Kerry off for a dinner? Sequins of the bee's knees, I love that. I like the little bees. So, with the smallest of jiggles, you can get that to line up perfectly, look. Basically, in the packet, where it shows, you just have to kind of shift it a little bit. But it's really easy. If you just flop that down and kind of move it, look. It's just really easy. It fits, and because we're using our stamping tool now, we can make sure it's in the exact position. Thank you. Yeah, so look out, as soon as I think I found it, I've got to test it. It's not going to be one that's my branded, it's one that somebody else does, but I want to, before I stock it on the website, I want to test that it does what we want. So this is really, really pale now. So you will barely see it in on the camera. Oh. Can we try that extra light on there? Hope it doesn't cause too much shadow. It's really bad tonight. It's no different. So, hopefully when I start colouring it in now, you'll see it. So let's grab a couple of pens. Ooh, really going to use, I think, those colours that I used before. Let's see if we can get this pretty, kind of like the dirty greens. I don't know whether you guys like those as well. Olive green, I already got that one. That's the paler one I'm after. There we go, mid green. So let's try, you're not going to be able to see much in terms of the lines. I can see them to follow them. But what you will be able to do is, if I get these ink pads in, or if you've got one that will do similar, a really pale yellow, a really pale brown, anything like that will work. And then you will just lose all the lines and it will start to look like you've painted this yourself. Dean's got his hand up.
Two of the stamps have nearly sold out in singles, so the Creeping Magnolia and the Ditsy Dots background is almost gone.
Okay, did you hear that, guys? So individually, Creeping Magnolia and Ditsy Dots is almost gone.
Oh, and the Moroccan background.
Oh, and the Moroccan now as well?
It's nearly gone.
Okay. If there's any that you want individually, because once those are gone, it'll be just the bundle that's left. So if there's only like one or two, I'd grab them individually, otherwise you're going to end up being forced to buy the whole lot. Which is fine if you want all the lot, but maybe you don't. See how it's coming together without, just using 3 colours, but without any lines there. And I just absolutely love this colouring technique, or stamping technique really, because it's all about the ink you're using. Really pale grey as well works sometimes. If you use the VersaFine grey, which we've got, it still gives you a line if you stamp it once, but if you do 2 stamps, as in put 1 piece of paper, stamp it, use that for something else, and then second generation stamp it, then it gets paler and you'll only see the line close up then. Bye, Paula. Okay, so I'm just trying to be careful here and make sure I'm not colouring any leaves, that I am just doing petals. But nearly there on the flower. And that's a petal from the flower. I'll come back to the central part in a moment. Let's do the leaves. So the leaves have got some kind of detail. Let me show you. So if you want those to show up, you can either go over them with a darker, which I'll show you in a moment, or you could use like a black fine liner or something like that. Sorry, Dave, thought you had your hand up again then. Were you just scratching your back?
Yeah, sorry.
And there we go, now it's just lining up nicely with the edge of that wreath. So you could do this with, these are water-based pens that blend into each other, but you could do it with your alcohol markers. Has anyone got the Copics, or Copics, or however you say it? I haven't got them, and I really, really want them, but they're so expensive. I think I might have to put them on a birthday list. And even then, it'll only be, because There's like 3 sets of 72, isn't there? There might only be 1 set of 72, but I really want to kind of master that alcohol colour marker in. I can do it when I do my loose kind of flicks and things like that, but when you want to do the more intricate, everybody tells me that they're still the best. You know, all the real illustrators and artists use them and stuff. So this is coming together nicely now. The bubble's still hanging on, Dean. Have I managed to get enough bubbles for everybody?
They're certainly being ordered quite regularly now, yeah.
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 Oh, good.
The stock's gone down. There is still some left, though.
Good, good. Because I know, like I say, they're sold out before I even got to air last week. So I did try and order more, so you guys wouldn't be panicking too much. So just 2 colours. I blended 3 for the petals and just 2 for the leaves. And you can really see now how that wreath has just perfectly fit along with. I really wish I could get the light right to show you the shine on the gold. Oh, that's all right. There we go. So if we wanted to add the extra detail, like I say, on the leaves, we can go back in with the darker green and just follow. I can just about make out the lines and just follow the lines, or you could have just leave it as it was. It's totally up to you whether you want to add that detail, but that bit's really, you know, there's no artistic thing to it. I've put the lines there for you already, so you're just kind of tracing them through. And the same with the detail that's in the petals. I can just about make out the lines here. I know it looks like I'm just doing it, you know, drawing myself, but I'm not. I'm just following these lines that I can see because of the pale ink. So you could do the same really easily. And then let's just go in with, I want to do something bold with that centre. So I'm actually going to do it in black. So I'm going to get a black fine liner and just go over that bit, that central piece. So I'm just going over where the lines already are. The great thing is if you can't see all of it, it really doesn't matter because it's so pale it kind of will just go in with it anyway. And then just a tiny bit of a touch up and a couple of little gaps there with the pink. Okay, I'm going to trim round that now to go on my card. And then I'm going to add a sentiment, and I think we'll try and put some of the paste, the pearl paste, through the parquet, through the middle. I don't know how it'll look, but we'll see. I hope you're all enjoying it. You made it look so quick and easy. It's just practice. Well, I say practice with, I haven't done this with this stamp before. The pens is just practice. And having the right things, isn't it? The right cardstock and stuff like that. It really does make a difference. Who says they've got the Copics? Amy. I have Copics and they are great. Find a site where they do bundles. Oh, cool, pens. Right, yes. I've heard of them. I'll have to check that out. Because I don't think any of the suppliers I've been using so far stock them. Just getting rid of some of the excess here just to make it easier for me to handle. Not the best fussy cutter in the world, but I do enjoy it. And I am conscious that the last 2 collections I haven't done the digi-dyes yet, so I will catch up on that. been so busy. Yeah, if you've got cutting machines, then you'll be able to just cut out the outlines and then stamp directly onto it. Obviously, I can't do a digi-die for every combination, but either separately or the main combinations, like doing this where it fits perfectly, I will do a cut file for you. Really nice kind of spring look to this, I think. And that magnolia flower looks so different as from you saw from the samples earlier in the design team. So different with different mediums, with different colours. Really, really pretty. I think I've missed a corner off my leaf there. Okay, shall we have a look at this pearl paste? Any other questions I've missed or anything, Dean?
No,
all right?
No, that's all good.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it's totally up to you as well. I've drawn it in a way that it looks pretty kind of any way up. Where's my stencil gone? Yeah, I keep leaving it on the bottom. Right. So, paste. Paste. Iridescent. That's not 1 second. That's not my one. Now, my pot of iridescent paste that I'm about to show you here is smaller than yours because I just put some excess in there. So yours will be this size rather than that small size. So you get a full 50ml, which is enough. Do try and keep your paste away from the edge here. So just scoop it up. Because otherwise you'll glue the pot together. So if you get some around the edge, just wipe it before you put the lid on, or wipe the lid if you get any around there, and then you'll be fine. So this is going to be, I don't want it to be too neat. I want it to give us some texture and some shine. And then clean your spreader and your stencil straight away. So I'm just making sure that's super clean all the way around there. So that's going to just take a few seconds to dry. You can see it's just to add amazing shine and texture there. And then while that's drying, I've got a couple of sentiments I can choose from that I just need to chop out. And a card blank to pop it on. So because of the time, I will leave it just at one demonstration, if that's okay for tonight. So everybody can go and have their dinner, us included. But I will record another one tomorrow. I've got live on Wednesday. I can't remember when I'm next on the Crafting Together with All Brands group as well. But I'll make sure that you've got, say by the end of the week, that you've got at least one video for each that includes each of the designs in the collection. Let's do strong. And then I think we better add some bubbles or some sequins or something to it as well, haven't we? To show you how pretty they are. I'll try the frosted ones, show you those because I haven't put them on a card yet. Did somebody say they had trouble getting open their paste? Oh, Karen saying because I said clean it. Yeah, it's because the paste itself that the mica and the glitter in is such good paste, which is a great thing, but it means it's really strong and really sticky. So you do have to be quite strict with yourself and make sure you don't get it all around your pot. But did that work for you, Karen, running it under the hot tap? So I've got my strong sentiment there. So I don't know whether that's still a bit wet. Let's dry it off. So you can use your heat tool to dry your paste as well. Try not to get it too close to the paste so you don't kind of burn it or anything like that. Just give it a little whiz if you need to. I think I might do it like that. Never do landscape cards. Shall I? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, that looks nice. And then just a little bit of foam on the sentiment. Oh no, Tracy, you just had a problem with your basket's just emptied. But nothing else has just sold out, has it? So.
No, I think Tracy just said earlier that
our internet
had dropped.
Oh no, how annoying. I was going to say, normally it saves it for you, doesn't it, if you come out of it, as long as it's not like there for days or anything. Or maybe it saves it for days, I don't really know. There we go, the strong. And let's do some frosty bubbles. 1, 2, 3, and 2 over there, I think. And the same as the other ones, the shiny iridescent ones and the sequins, I give you a mix of sizes so it looks nice on your project, but also, you know, if you've got different sizes because you're making something different, it comes in handy, doesn't it? I'm not using my pickup tool here. I don't know where I've put it now. Do as I say, not as I do. Oh well, don't worry. Nearly done now. So I've just picked out a couple of different sizes there. So these are the frosted. So I've got navy background for a change rather than white. Oh my God, she hasn't made a white card. We've got that parquet in the middle of the wreath. No line stamping, heat embossing, droplets. Again, so much interest, but without making a super thick card, you know. Look, it's the only thickness is a little bit of foam for the sentiment, but you don't even have to have that. Because I like to make cards where they don't cost a fortune to post as well, or they don't all get squashed in a bag when you're giving them to somebody. Love navy and gold. Yes, me too. Let me pop back to the other, and I think I can get rid of this now because it doesn't matter if it all falls down and collapses, doesn't it? Did you enjoy that? Ah, that was lovely. So nice to be back with a new launch. So nice for Dean to join me this time.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I hope you enjoyed it. As I say, I'll do some more demonstrations for you, record them, and I will see you next week. Gemma will be in the group again on Friday at 11 o'clock. And I hope you have a lovely evening, guys. Take care.